I don't feel that doing any kind of drugs makes you a better entrepreneur, honestly. And you're talking to somebody who's, I've been in the jungle, I've done ayahuasca with the cannibals in the Amazon, and I've done all of that stuff. Right? I was friends with Terrence McKenna, and I knew Timothy Leary, and I've been in that world. I don't think it makes you a better entrepreneur. Just my personal opinion. There's people that'll argue with me. There's Silicon Valley people that are microdosing and this dosing. I think there's a lot quicker ways to make money and get better at making money than taking any of that stuff. I don't think it improves your life. As far as vaping goes, to your question, I think that it can be very dangerous. The technology that I built was digital vaporization. Back in the day, you had no options. You could smoke, and that was pretty much it. What I came up with was a technology where we would heat up the active element, so whatever it was, the cannabinoids, cannabis, or tobacco, or herbs, and you would get the active element, but it wouldn't heat it up enough to burn it. And the technology stemmed from that. And we got that from being the size of a ketchup bottle to smaller, to the size of a cigar, to finally the size of a cigarette. And that's kind of what you see around now.
And that was the basis of the research, that it's the smoke specifically that's doing the damage. So if you can stay one rung below that, then you alleviate 80% or so of problems.
3 elements that you worry about is smoke, tar, and carbon monoxide. They're the 3 carcinogenic, meaning cancer-causing elements of smoking. If you could eliminate those 3 things, then presumably smoking would be healthier. That's what science told us at that time. So we started building this technology where you could heat up the plant just enough to release what you want, but not enough to burn it. So you're not getting all that other bad stuff. That was the foundation of the Vaping, the company that I founded and subsequently went public. Now, I don't think anything belongs in your lungs rather than clean, pure, fresh air. 2 things can't occupy the same place at the same time. If you're taking something into your lungs, you may have a problem. Now, the problem with vapes, from what I understand, is that in order to get the active elements out of those plants, they have to convert it to a liquid. Okay, fair enough. So you extract it, somehow you get it into a liquid. Now, for that liquid to aerosolize, to look like smoke, to like actually get to steam, they have to mix it with something. And that stuff is not tested. Glycerin, whatever it is they mix that with, that's what the problem is with. So the plant matter, sure, if you're getting a little bit of cannabis, a little bit of THC, I don't know how harmful it is. Again, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, I can't give anybody health advice, but I suspect for me that wouldn't be that harmful. But what may be harmful is what they mix it with to make it more palatable in the human body and to make it more look like a cigarette, right? So I don't think anybody should do it. Now, the problem where things really get tricky is that it's a much better experience than smoking. If you've ever vaped, I don't know, have you ever vaped before? Yeah. It's a much more, it's just clean, it's easy, it's friendly, they taste like fruit flavors. So what ends up happening is what ended up happening when they introduced filter cigarettes and when they introduced menthol cigarettes is that people think it's better for you. So they consume 10 times as much. And especially fucking Americans, we can't do anything in moderation, right? They're like, weed is legal. All of a sudden, there's like people smoking. I'm like, really? Do you need to have like 5 vapes right now? I know it's legal, but...
It's like I'll drink 6 Diet Cokes instead of 1 Coke.
Fuck, man. Yeah, that's what it is. So I think, that's the problem with vaping. And I don't recommend it. And, I would be disappointed if I caught my kids doing it. Yeah. But, we gotta look at it as a measure of relative risk.